Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players, and Atesh Ordo here. So, I've got a lot of commenters talking about wanting my Wampa mods. I don't mind doing that. Yes, I have previous mods in the past, and honestly, the mods I have on Wampa's been the same for a couple of years now, which is nice. I do want to mention it's just because of this Datacron. I'll admit, still not a fan of Datacrons in a lot of senses because I feel like it still unbalances the game, but yeah, topic for another video. And again, I will say I apologize for not the quality of some of my videos as of late. I just don't have. I'm in the process of trying to get a computer working properly so I can keep adding stuff like the intro, outro, and some thumbnails so I can actually, make it look a little more snazzy. But I'm going into it because of this Datacron. No, I'm not doing this battle because this is Squad Arena. I'm just showing it off together so it's easier to show it off. So Wampa, I have mine modded as a high tenacity, high speed, high health. There's a lot of people that say you don't need speed. I disagree with that. That is because speed. Oh, the reason why I say that is you do want speed. So here's where my speed is at. It's 294. I would love to have it at 300. I'll admit. But unfortunately, I do not have it at 300. I have it at 294. The reason why I recommend this is you want to get to this the fastest, the icebreaker, because there's a few benefits to it. One, durability. Two, AoE days. And a lot of times, yes, a lot of teams nowadays cleanse, so the days doesn't stick around as often. Sometimes it helps for a while. But three, it's also because of this. You get more offense, counter chance, and tenacity. I wish this also gave potency and defense as well, but unfortunately it does not. We could dream about how, certain characters could be modded better and not. But yeah, that's why you want the protection up mostly for durability and those extra bonuses. And the reason why I do it is I push for that speed. Yes, he does gain a lot of turn meter. But what if your turn meter gets shut down? That's the thing. That's the other thing. You don't want your Wampa to be turn looped because his turn meter's shut down and then he gets killed. He's still got to be able to take his turns. You want him to take his turns. That's why I push for a high fast Wampa. And I push for high speed. So high speed, high health, high tenacity. I do have a good amount of damage. Like I have 8,000. That's pretty solid. Not counting the Datacron. Freaking 100% offense, 150% defense. Oh, sheesh. But no, I do have 8,000. Like I know it'll probably go to like roughly 9,000 when I take him to Relic 9. Which this Datacron has inspired me to want to do it. But yes, I have primary health. Yeah, I have 160% tenacity with all health primaries. Usually a lot of people do rock the tenacity cross. They do that, yeah. But when you get a lot of tenacity secondaries, it's nice. So, but yeah, you want them tenacious. And the reason why I also suggest tenacious is it depends on where you're at in the game, but if you're mid-tier guilds, you tend to run across a lot of the Omicron Phasma teams. Wookiees with Wampa beats that. I have video clips on my channel. You can look them up. Wookiees and Wampa. Barris does help survivability for the full team. Max TW banners. But Wampa helps with the days. And like I said, just once he gets his protection up, he's going to be countering. He's going to be stacking damage. And he's going to be one of your main damage dealers. Aside from Zalbar, if you have Zalbar with the Wookiees under Tarful. But you get a lot more defense and health from Tarful's lead as well. But yeah, Wampa does a lot there. In a general sense. Outside of that, I do use him from time to time in TW. Or no, TB. Especially the newest TB. When I'm fighting the Geonosian fights just so I could get the new, what is it? The new, little episode track bonuses, episode quests. Got to fight 3 TBs, so I use it with either SLKR or Sith Eternal. No, actually, it's SLKR or Lord Vader. Well, actually, once I get my characters, my Scorched to Relic 7, he's gonna just hang out with SLKR. But anyways, going back to Wampa. Sorry, give me a second. There he is. That's how I mod him, is so that I keep him an all-arounder. Because I never know when I'm going to need him in a future whatever. Datacron dependent and all that. And it's always nice, I'll admit, against a General Grievous and 3v3, not with Stap. Stap outruns, but anyone that still rocks, just like, say they go Grievous, B2, B1, for example, and that B1, you want him at least at 300 speed. At least at 300 speed. If he's not at 300 speed, you're modding your B1 wrong. Here you go. Okay, 299. That's a poor example. You want speed and potency and damage on him. I'm mod re-rolling. Yay. We all know that. But you want him around 300. Like right now, my B1 would outrun Wampa, so I'd strip that banner. Yes, the team would lose, but you get that extra banner. Plus, it's always fun in 3v3 to sit there and, beat a General Grievous team and get 69 banners, So, but yeah, that's why I run my mods that way. I know it's a little, apologize, this is all over the place, but I rock the speed just to get that protection up. That protection up is vital for his durability. You want a lot of health for that. I've seen so many Wampas every time I face, 90% of the time, I look at an opponent's Wampa just to look at it, and it's like crit damage, crit chance, with either tenacity or potency cross, and their health is like, this level, 40,000. So their protection up's not going to last as long. Yeah, they may get some wins here and there with the Omicron Wampa, but even then, still, it's kind of meh. So, but yeah, that's how I mod my Wampa. Let me know in the comments below how you mod yours. Thank you for watching. You guys have a phenomenal day.